Very good evening to all of you. A very warm welcome to our course demo webinar. This particular webinar we host every month. Myself and my colleague Mubin typically host this particular webinar. Today, I'm not sure whether Mubin will be able to join today. He is tied up with some other appointments today. He said he will try to connect around 7:30. Let us see whether he will be able to join. If not, I kind of taken the contents which he presents typically. That way, I'll be able to run today's seminar without his presence as well, right? So, what is this webinar is for? This particular webinar actually addresses two goals. One is basically to give you guys with the overview about what is happening in the job market. As you all know, ever since the year 2023 started, it's been quite a challenging time in terms of recession, in terms of job losses. People either not getting job, or people who got job, they're kind of losing their jobs. Companies are laying off them. And in terms of entry-level jobs, the situation has been pretty challenging, where people got, students got the offer letters, but they did not get joining letters, right? Any of you like that in this webinar today? Don't worry, I will not read the company name, but typically I come across many students these days. They say, sir, this company came to my campus 6 months back or 8 months back. They given me the offer letter, but I'm still waiting for the joining date. Anybody in today's webinar? Okay, I lost my job. Okay, one of the students says, I'll not read his name. Anybody else lost your job? Joining that got postponed, waiting for the joining date. Typically, I see good number of students are there, right? So in this scenario, okay, yeah, I have one more student says last job. It's very sad to hear that. So now it's okay. I think one more student is also telling, right? So in this scenario, how do you build a career? And when I say building career in a evergreen field or growing field like embedded systems, so to understand some of the recent trends, what is happening in the job market, especially in the core job market. When you look at this, typically the companies where we are targeting, these companies continue to hire and grow. So let us understand this particular phenomena and how you can build a career, right? So the first goal is to give you an overview about job market trends and where the recruitment is heading, and what you can look forward to have a career in this particular domain, right? The second thing, we will talk about our course, Emertxe's Embedded Systems course, where we will give a detailed perspective about how this course is structured, how the course is going to get delivered. Because we understand, directly or indirectly, you have got in touch with us, you have shown some interest. So rather than, of course, some of you might have already spoken to our counselors also. In case you want to get a detailed perspective, that's why we host this particular webinar every month. And this webinar video is also, we make it available in the YouTube after that. In case some of your friends or even you getting lost connectivity or any other issues that comes in between, no need to worry. We will then make some minor edits and we'll upload the same video in YouTube. You can go and check, all the past monthly webinars or videos are available in the YouTube. Okay, so we'll give a perspective about our course, and our main objective is to give you the awareness and the information, right? Both with respect to the job market and also about our course. And we want you to make the best decision for your career. There's no, we're not going to give you, we are definitely not going to tell you join our course or join any course for that matter. You need to take the decision. But my concern is, when you're taking that particular decision, are you having the right set of information with you? Are you having the latest information with you, right? If we are equipping you with that particular information, then we say that we are achieving this particular webinar, the goal of this webinar. So that's a goal. So with that particular note, can I go and start the webinar? Can I get some go ahead from all of you, please? I want to see some energy. Yeah, we're almost like 120 participants in the group now. Can I go and start the webinar? Great. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Rajappa, Mahesh, Adil, etc. Okay, great. Okay, so the protocol is very simple. You can keep on typing the questions. I will pause and take the questions, right? As in 2 to 3 intervals, right? If not, any question that comes into your mind, please go ahead and say. I'm already seeing Uma Mahesh has typed a question and Manoj is having, I have a question. Feel free to go and type, guys. Let us not make with the question to start with. I'll cover some contents, then I'll give you a section of question and answer, then I'll cover something, take some question, right? That's the rhythm that we go, and towards the end we can go all out and then answer and ensure that all your questions are answered towards the end of this particular webinar. Okay, so with that note, let me put the camera, sorry, in the presentation into the Get into the presentation mode, slideshow. Okay, so unfortunately, we are supposed to host this webinar last week or so, 10 days back rather. Unfortunately, there was an issue with the GoTo webinar tool. Initially, I thought it is my connectivity issue or my laptop problem. No, in fact, broadly on the same day, all the mentors who deliver the classes in the evening, they also have the similar issue. I know the GoTo webinar's voice service was down, right? Some of you logged in last time might remember that I was trying to speak and you guys are not able to hear. So if the voice service was down, that's why we need to reschedule. So regret the inconvenience for folks who registered last time and could not attend the webinar, right? Thank you again for registering and attending today's class, right? So thank you very much for that. Let us move on. Okay. So let us start with a brief introduction about Emertxe and also about myself and our core team. As you all know, Emertxe is an edtech company. We started almost like 20 years back with two goals in mind. One goal is basically to challenge, resolve or make a contribution in the area of industry academia gap and make the engineers employable. As you all know, India has become a country of engineers where lots and lots of engineering colleges are opening up, and unfortunately, the engineering education still continue to be theoretical, which is not very relevant with what industries are expecting, especially the industry where we are operating, the core electronics, embedded IoT, this type of industry. Definitely, there's a huge skill gap. So we aspire to fill that gap by offering long-term courses in the areas of embedded systems and IoT, both online and offline, and make the improve the skill level of the students and make them employable, right? So similar to embedded and IoT, we also offer courses in full stack web development under another brand called Webstack Academy. It's more like a sister concern of Emertxe, because Emertxe we want to keep it like a for the core topic related trainings, and then for Webstack Academy or WSA, what we call, we want to keep it for application related trainings. So that the courses we have not formally launched it, even though we done it sometime back. Last week or so, our internships have went live, which is targeted the engineering college students, and then now we'll be launching the courses as well, right? So that's one target segment. In the similar lines, we also work with working professionals, because many of the working professionals who might have got their first job, but the job might not be meeting their career aspirations. So we basically take them through the similar program, upskill themselves, basically give a facelift to their profile, or rather reposition their profile and help them to get into this kind of core company, right? So that's a target segment that we do. In fact, we have done a lot of corporate training also, even though we are not explicitly mentioning these days. But unfortunately, due to the bandwidth that we have, our mentors are really busy in handling the student trainings. That's why, even though we get a lot of requests from, for example, almost for 10 years, we have been a corporate training partner with Robert Bosch. We've done a lot of trainings at the entry level, mid level, senior level. But these days we are not able to honor their, or rather take up their assignments because of the time crunch our mentors are having. Our mentors are too busy in handling you people, basically students and the working professionals. So that's what we do. And any training program that we offer, whether it's entry level, mid level, senior level, any technology that we do, one philosophy that we have is to make the trainings hands-on, where you can see the pot there, and the hand and pot, right? We wanted to make the training programs hands-on, so that whatever you learn by doing. Okay, so that's the approach that we take. Ankush is telling, sir, your voice is low. Guys, is it low? Hope you're able to clear me clearly, all of you. Hope my voice is all right. Okay, yeah, people are telling good, sir. Okay, great. So maybe you can check your settings, Ankush, in your computer, or maybe in the GoTo webinar tool, right? It should be fine. Okay, all right. So let me move on. Let us also talk about our team. As I said, Emertxe leadership team, 3 of us are part of the leadership team. Maz is a founder and the managing director of the organization, who started Emertxe in the year 2004. And then myself, Jayakumar, as I already said, I have more than 20 years of work experience. I initially I mentioned, right, initial 17 years I was born and brought up in the state of Tamil Nadu, in a town called Erode, and nearby some of the couple of towns where I grew up. And then after that, I went to do my engineering in Warangal, where we used to call Regional Engineering College. Now it's called NIT. And that time it was all Andhra Pradesh. Now it's like a part of Telangana. So NIT Warangal is where I went and did my BTech in computer science and engineering. and I passed out in the year 2001, and I came to Bangalore in that same year. So I've been staying in Bangalore for the past 22 years, right? So in these 22 years, I can divide my career largely into two buckets. One bucket is where I spent around 12.5 years in corporate life, where I worked with three companies. I started my career with a startup company called Ishoni Networks, where I worked on broadband networking, gateways, because that was the early days of broadband. Because before that, the internet was on the dial-up connections, where the speed of the internet was very small, very less. It used to be around 56 kbps kind of speed. The broadband came and revolutionized it. So I was there for about 2 years. Then I quit Ishoni. I went to HP, Hewlett Packard, where I spent about 7.5 years, mainly part of their inkjet printer firmware team, working on the connectivity and networking solutions. HP has got various product lines, right? I was part of the inkjet team. Since I came from my networking background in the first company, I continued there, where I primarily worked on various layers of connectivity and networking, including the USB, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, wired, etc., under various layers, be device drivers, middle level, network abstraction layer, network applications, etc. And I played different roles. I joined as one of the junior engineers, and then I grew there, became a senior engineer, lead engineer, and finally I was a project and program manager for one of the ambitious project of HP called Cloud Print. Then I quit HP after 7.5 years and went and joined Huawei Technologies. Huawei is a Chinese telecommunication company. When I joined, there was a goal in Huawei to migrate all their products into a common operating system called Linux. Linux, as you all know, it offers a lot of benefits in terms of being an open source, free, it's very secure, customizable, portable, etc. So I was leading a team of about 60 people. That was more of a senior manager role, where I was leading a team of about 60 engineers and senior engineers, project managers, etc. So I was there for about 3.5 years, right? So 12.5 years I spent with these three companies, and after that I kind of lost motivation to further grow in the corporate sector, looking for the next level of designation, etc. That's when IMERSE happened. IMERSE, even though it started in 2004, I came across in the year 2006. I played different roles, helping the company, forming some syllabus and helping some content, stuff like that. But my heart was always with IMERSE and do something in the area of education. Because I come from a family of educationalists. My mother, my uncles, aunts, good number of them, and my both my grandfather, they're all teachers. So you can say that teaching is my blood. Added to that, I thought, why don't I combine with what I received as a training, right, or education, engineering, and also do in the context of entrepreneurship. That's when I quit. So three of us pretty much own this organization and run it as an independent private limited company. Me, Maz, and Mubin. That's what I do. So when I came to IMERSE, of course, initially I did what I knew, what I already knew. I was a teacher. I was a mentor there. I used to teach, take classes. Me and Mubin were primary trainers, I would say. By the way, me and Mubin were colleagues in HP. Mubin joined a little bit before I joined. He also have similar years of experience, probably 1 or 2 years. I think he's junior to me. He also have a similar type of experience. And we were primarily the senior trainers, and we have a small team then. From there, we grew quite significantly. We are about 130, 140 people company now. More than 70 to 80 member of them are into the mentoring or teaching, which is headed by Mubin. And then later, we kind of divided departments. So in current capacity, I lead placements, and also I drive various outbound programs of IMERSE, be it internship programs, this type of webinars, both the masterclass webinar, course demo webinars, and we recently launched a program called Campus Ambassador Program, and any other events that we do. We were in Delhi last week, participating in a Electronics for You event, right? So I handle all the outbound events and also the placement portfolio. That's what we do. And Mubin, as I said, leads the entire technical team, ensuring that various training programs are planned and delivered by the mentors. One key thing that we always been doing is to ensure that the outcome of the training program is taken care. Not by putting more into marketing or something like that. Right? Our focus has always been ensuring that quality technical education is given, and let the student realize the value, and then let them go and tell. Right? We are not the ones you can see. We don't run advertisement in TVs, etc. Right? We are very shy, keep our heads down type of people. But yeah, over the years we have grown, and we see that this particular segment continued to grow. and looking forward to grow Emertxe to a very great extent, because this is our passion. We came here leaving our corporate jobs, and then wanted to do this and wanted to make a difference in the field of education. And what motivates us, interacting with you people. For example, for me, this slide deck pretty much remain the same. What really motivates me is the interactions that I have with you people, and also giving you guys the right set of information and guidance. And later, for example, some of you come back and tell, sir, that guidance helped me. I got a job in so and so company, or I got a clarity in my career path, right? That's the biggest award or biggest motivation for us, right? So that's about our team and our leadership team and our Emertxe. And over the years, Emertxe has been famous for building strong collaboration with core companies which are working under various verticals of embedded systems, like automotive, electric vehicles, telecommunications, aerospace, consumer electronics, and also robotics, etc., etc. You can see we have a very strong portfolio of companies. Some of them are mentioned here. We have over 1,200 companies are part of our placement portfolio, and there we also have a startups working on niche technologies, mid-sized companies, and also very big companies. When I say very big companies, again, there are two categories are there. Some of them are India headquartered companies, be Tata's, Tata's, multiple divisions of Tata's, Mahindra's, L&T's, and Tech Mahindra's, right? So they all hire our students. Even though you can see logos like Tech Mahindra, when they come to us, they hire for their embedded vertical. And apart from that, the other category of big companies are the one which you call MNCs, who are having their Indian R&D center or development centers. Companies like, for example, Qualcomm, NXP, Microchip, Shellchip Communications, HP, Samsung, Infineon, right? By the way, where the HP where we worked on, me and Mubin, they are one of our recruiters. They do take Emertxe students as well, right? So this is the overall portfolio of companies. I just try to refresh the logos. You can see this is a kind of a list of companies which we hire, and of course you can go and check out our social media and website to get more information, right? So now let us slowly come to the real meat of the this particular webinar. As I said, 2 points we are going to talk about. One is about the job market and also about the course demo part, right? Even the course demo, we all keep talking about the job aspect of it, right? So now what is happening in the job market, right? One clear aspect is that the recession is on, right? We cannot deny, we cannot run away. There is no denial of the fact that the overall recruitment, especially the tech sector, has slowed down significantly. Okay? Partly due to various macroeconomic factors, various war situation that is existing, various financial reasons, right? And we are no experts to predict and tell why this recession is happening, right? We're all we're not experts in an economist or a foreign affairs person or something like that, right? Because of various geopolitical situations and various reasons, we are under recession, and especially the Indian tech companies, which are being relying mainly on their foreign clients, the project flow is not been so smooth. That's why either they are cutting down their jobs or postponing their joining dates. Not only that, there are a lot of companies which started as a startups in the Indian ecosystem, who are hiring like anything, and even they're paying very high amount of salaries. They're also going through trouble because they largely built their organization based on external funding, or what you call the venture capitalist money. So now that particular money is stopped, they're not able to raise further rounds of funding. That is also putting a lot of pressure, where they're either reducing the headcount, or they're putting a lot of pressure on the existing people to deliver a lot of results. So overall, the situation has been grim so far. Having said that, the sector which we operate, where the electronics embedded core segment is been doing pretty well, because of many reasons. Some of the reasons I will just call out in my subsequent slide, and also show you the data points, why this particular segment is still doing, right? So one key thing that we see is today, as simple as a human being or a simple person in a life, right? Everything that around us is getting enabled with electronics and sensors, right? Be it home automation, as I was telling, right? Like last week we were in Delhi, last before week for a conference, right? We are staying in a hotel, and we are just walking in the corridor, right? Automatically the lights are switching on and switching off, right? My team was like, wow. Then I said, see, here is the use case of an IoT, right? Where there's the automatic light detection. So from that simple use case, then we went into the room, and we couldn't see much of the switches, right? Then my team was like, where is the switch there, right? Then there is a small panel that is kept in the table, using which I can control the entire switch and AC and fan and everything, right, of the whole room. So we see the electronics is getting enabled everywhere. And the more prominent use case of electronics coming into our lives is in form of mobile phones, of course. Now that is also getting replaced by electric vehicles, especially the two-wheeler segment, which is where you can see, right, it's really getting a good push. And then companies are, more and more companies are getting into the e-mobility companies, etc., etc. Right. So that is one reason. Second thing, after the pandemic, right, India is capitalizing due to many advantages. They are capitalizing the geopolitical advantage that we have. We are one of the youngest countries in the world. Plus, we have a very huge supply of talent pool, right? Engineers. And these talent pool predominantly have been doing the software development, thanks to all the software services companies which started in early 90s, be it Infosys, Wipro, TCS, right? They've done a phenomenal job putting India's map into the software arena, right? Now, probably it is opportunity for us to go one level further, saying that we are not only conducive to do software development, but also to do a hardware design and manufacturing. And when you have both software and hardware capability in a particular country, we can completely release a product from this place. That is what happening, as I said, in the two-wheeler electric vehicle segment, where we have an opportunity to not only design and manufacture, and also we have a great opportunity to lead the world in terms of two-wheeler electric vehicle design and manufacturing. Right? Just a minute. Right. So let me move on. So some of the recent study that is conducted for this particular segment by the Skill India. By the way, we are one of the affiliated training institution with the Skill India under the Electronic Skill Center Council of India. So where they are predicting basically the electronic jobs, which is at around 1.39 lakhs around last year, which is expected to multiply by 3 times and become around 3 lakh jobs by 2025 and 26. And one of the key reasons that why government is also bullish and promoting a lot of manufacturing push is mainly because it will generate a lot of entry level or manufacturing level electronic jobs, primarily targeting the diploma students, IT students, right? So when such jobs come up, definitely it helps overall as an economy. Not only that, around 55% of the jobs in that are going to be in the design space. When I say design space, that is where you guys come into picture, engineers who have done the BTech and MTech. So that is that particular area where we are seeing like more and more opportunities are coming in form of the number of jobs, right? So it gives you a tremendous opportunity for all of you to build a great career. I'm not talking about 2 year, 3 year, or 5 year. I'm talking about 15 year, 25 year, 35 year. If I say this, you guys might find little different. I just told this anecdote recently. As I mentioned, I was I worked with HP in the HP for almost 7.5 years. I was one of the junior engineers, and I had one of my senior technical person. She recently invited me for her daughter's wedding. Right? Imagine she's having a kid who is I think 23, 24-year-old. Right? She's completed her master's also. So when I went to her wedding, right, of course, we're all happy because I seen her from a small LKG, UKG type of girl, right? And then that senior, her mother, who is my senior in HP, still continues to work in HP, right? It's been like almost, if I'm not wrong, 25 to 30 years she's been there. So what I'm trying to say is, right, when you guys look out for this particular segment or a core job, please have a long-term perspective. Often as India as a country, we are not seeing, people working in an IT company and retiring, because the industry itself came to India in 90s. But what I'm saying is, if you look into product companies, be it HP or any other product companies, it was existing in countries like US or Singapore, but we are seeing people come and work in the same company for 25, 30 years and retire, right? And that is the scenario is coming in India, in Bangalore. I was telling my senior colleague, she's still there, and she continued to be in the technical side for that matter, right? She's one of the very senior expert technologists in the company, working on the core technology, still designing, still coding, right? So you can stay technical and you can grow your career on a long-term basis, working for the same company. So do not see it as a short-term shortcut, right? Because recession come, recessions go, and also some particular domain might look like it is looking super hot for some time, super cool for some time, right? But this particular industry, this particular domain has been pretty standard, and it has been growing very steadily and offering very good long-term career opportunities. So in going forward with more hardware coming in, design and manufacturing in India, you guys also have a tremendous opportunity to build and grow your career, right? Specific segments wise, if you look at, right, domains like, for example, electric vehicle, which I already mentioned, Internet of Things also I mentioned, and definitely, how can I forget this particular topic of artificial intelligence, right? Because any webinar that I run, or any time I get an opportunity to talk to a student, the immediate question that comes into their mind is, sir, will AI coming in and will it replace my job? Will it replace embedded systems jobs, right? So I would say I can definitely say AI coming in, especially the generative AI or whatever. Just a minute, guys. There's some kiddos making some noise there. So definitely after the generative AI or the chat GPT, whatever we all know as, right? It uses a advanced AI or ML model called generative AI. After the generative AI is coming, definitely there is a lot of topics or discussions going on. Where will it replace mundane manual jobs? Yes, right. Whatever could be done by a particular human being, will it be replaced with a chat GPT or any other similar solution? Yes, right. It's going to take away a lot of low-level jobs, but what the type of job that we are targeting, which is more about hardware software interfacing, where a customized hardware, customized software is involved, right? Definitely that looks way more complex, where a chat GPT or any other generative AI model cannot simply come and automate things. Rather, I would say, I would extend my point and say, by AI coming in, I would say in the intersection of AI and the embedded systems, right? A lot of new use cases are coming in, right? For example, areas like computer vision, right, where it was not very popular some time back, right? Image-based products and solutions are coming. In fact, if you look at recent 1 or 2 months, I'm seeing a lot of AI-based startups hiring our students for embedded roles, right? So that way, AI has become a layer in every other industry, but when end of the day you require a hardware or require some kind of a computing system to drive the entire AI model, right? So from that perspective, definitely it is looking promising. So do not see generative AI or AI coming and taking out a job of yours, especially in the embedded field. I would say it is going to only enhance the job possibilities. That is what we are seeing, because we are seeing a lot of companies hiring from that domain. So these are some of the updates or high-level trends that we are observing, right? And these some of the data points what I mentioned is from the based on some of the job research done by Electronic Skill Sector Council of India, where we work with, where our students also get certification from, right? Similarly, a lot of such reports keep coming in. You can just keep looking into them, get yourself updated. Now, other point is basically what it means to you, right? Yeah, this information what I shared, your electric vehicle is looking promising, etc., etc. These things are looking really great, but what it means to you, mera kya hai, right? Mera kya hoga? What will happen to me, right? So that's where this particular slide all about, right? If you look at based on our experience this year, because when 2023 started, if you ask me, even I was very scared. If I lead placement in IMERSE, I was really worried, because I was looking at the news channels and media, etc., etc. I was worried what will happen to the placements, what will happen to the students of IMERSE, right? Because they all come and take up our courses, believing in us, trusting in us that we will help them to train well, skill them well, and also we'll give them opportunities to attend for placements, right? So what if we are not able to do that, right? That is something which is very, very important for us. I was really worried. Then I had a discussion with my placement team during the initial part of 2023. They said they're not seeing any issues. The clients who are there, they continue to hire and they continue to come and recruit, right? So this which continues even till date. We are like kind of in the month of August, right? Almost like 3 weeks over. I shortly show the statistics what we are doing with respect to placements. The overall placement momentum pretty much in place. We are not seeing any kind of a major slowdown, but yeah, there have been some slowdown, I would say. For example, some of the companies have put a hiring freeze, right? Saying that when we go back and ask them, they say, no, we are on a hiring freeze. We are not adding any more engineers into our team, right? Some of our clients have done, some of them, right? But the larger chunk of the clients with whom we have been working, they are very much bullish about this particular segment. They continue to hire. In fact, they even come and tell us saying that I wanted to close 10 positions, right? But I could only close 5 positions with your students, right? I have 20 openings, but I could only hire 7 students, right? So please note, when I say 20 positions, right, they want skilled engineers, right? They don't want to hire anyone and everyone. That's where our training part comes into picture, right? Always, I tell this, in every induction or a webinar class, that for students, it is always placements first. But for Emertxe, skill first, because we know when skill is there, placements will happen automatically. That is why our placement clients also echoing, right? That's the very reason why they come to us. Otherwise, why they want to come to us, right? They can very well go and recruit from a campus. Today, if you look at especially the tier 2, tier 3 colleges, right? Almost the core companies are negligible or zero, I can say, right? The reason why they don't go, for example, they go for IT skills because it is easy to train them, it is easy to recruit and easy to train. So they go there and still hire in bulk numbers, right? But core skills, definitely not. So from our placement standpoint, definitely it is looking optimistic. We are seeing more number of new companies coming in, and recently, I would say last week or so, I will also show you some statistics or some success stories, right, where L&Ts and Tech Mahindras again started hiring, right? Looking good. We are not seeing any type of momentum, and we continue to reach out to more companies and get opportunities for our students. Right? So another reason that all of you need to keep in mind is, if you look at, right, whatever I'm telling is kind of contrary. If you see in the market, layoff is happening, right? Joining date is getting postponed. On the other hand, I'm telling, right, hey, look, core companies are looking good, and every month 100+ companies are recruiting our students, right? Sometimes it looks contrary. Whatever you're seeing, whatever I'm telling, right? One of the key reasons why this phenomenon is happening, because all the companies recruiting from us are core companies. When you say core companies, those companies build a product which is a combination of software and hardware, which I mentioned initially, the embedded systems. So whenever the hardware comes into picture, the product takes longer time to both design, manufacture, and release into the market. For example, if I want to launch an Android application, right, I can very well write an application, go and put it in an app store. I can make it live very quickly. On the other hand, if you want to make any type of a product which involves a hardware, be it a wearable device or be it an industrial automation controlling system, right, or for example, a home automation system, right? So it is not so easy for me to release it to the market, because I need to come up with the hardware, come up with the software, stabilize both of them, and also do mass manufacturing, right? The cycle of these products are quite long. Okay? And even if you take cases like electric vehicle, one of my very close friend works as a chief technologist in an electric vehicle company. They're into that. They've been working on this product for 8 years now, and they're targeting more of a high-end bikes, 5 lakhs and above, a race bike type of category in the electric bike segment, right? Not like a Ola or your Ether, which kind of targets your 150, 100 cc kind of segment, more of a Honda Activa or a similar type of segment, right? Scooty type of segment. So they're targeting higher segment where the bike price is about 5 lakhs and above. They've been working for 8 years now, and the product has still not hit the market. Why? Because it is so complex. And not only that, the government regulations you need to take care. So net, what I'm trying to say is that pure software-based companies, where what you call IT companies, so they go up very fast. They also fall very fast. So after the pandemic, we saw they went very up, because very high, because the fund was coming in. People had a lot of money to spend. The technology investment has increased and things like that. Now the market is not good. They fell very fast. They fall, right? But here these companies basically, they kind of stable. They've been recruiting. Because the projects are long-term in nature. So that's the reason why even though there is a recession in the market, with even, as I said, with the clause that some of our recruiting companies put hiring freezes, but we still continue to see 100 companies per month, right? So guys, I'm seeing a lot of question coming in from Abhishek, Neha, Durgara, Manoj, etc. Just give me some time. I'll have 2-3 more slides to cover. Then I'll come and I'll just complete the first segment of my presentation. Then I'll come and take your questions. Okay, please keep coming. Go ahead and type your questions. All your questions are reaching me. Okay. So looking at a graph. So this is a graph we show in every monthly webinar or any kind of a induction class and things like that, right, to showcase what we mean when we say 100+ companies are coming, right? So if you look at this graph, right, there are 2 colors. You can see blue and red, or whatever, the dark red. So the blue one is a 2022 graph where we had 100+ companies hiring from us every month. in which almost like 1,325 companies have come in the year 2022. As I told, 2023 I was really worried in the beginning, but things have been quite well so far. Every month we are able to maintain a similar type of run rate like last year. For example, in the month of July we did 110 drives. 110 companies visiting us, and in August so far we had 78 companies as of today evening. I just, before coming to this webinar, I just checked with my team. They reported me that 78 companies visited so far, and still we have another week to go. So definitely we will cross 100 numbers for the month of August as well. Okay, so this is what we mean by 100 companies per month every year. And other graph which I also show is about the number of drives that happens in a particular month. So when a company come to us and then say they need a skilled engineer, skilled embedded engineer, as in the previous slide you saw, we go and float application with our students, and then our students will start applying for that. Then we share the list to the students, right? So when we share the list to the students, companies, they take some time and shortlist and come back. So that's when the schedule that's called drive, right? This particular graph talks about the number of drives that we do every month, because sometimes what happens is 100 companies come, 20 days are the working days, right? Per day, for scheduling 5 interviews become very difficult. So what happens? Some of the companies move to the next month. So that way it gets carried on. I'm giving you both the perspectives: number of companies visited versus number of drives that happen. So on this particular graph, if you see, has got data all the way from the year 2020, last 4-year data. You can see 4 color towers are there: blue, red, green, and purple. And the purple one is the 2023 data, which is also doing quite well. For example, July we did 64 drives last month, and in August we did 35 drives already. As I said, last week or so it has been little lull period because there was a Independence Day, and there was a long, people took 1 day leave, and then they went for a long weekend. And especially in Bangalore, I don't know, I think some of you are from Bangalore, right? You said I have a good number of you from Karnataka. I could see that, right? And then tomorrow is a Varamahalakshmi festival in Karnataka. Best wishes to all of you who are celebrating for tomorrow, right? So because of this reason, right, last week or so it's been a little bit slow, because many of the HRs are on leave, and many of the company guys are on leave. Our staff are taking leave these days. So but probably next week you can see much more momentum, where we do much more drives, and we also definitely will cross 100 in the month of August as well, right? So this is the point that we're talking about, right? Add to this, I also want to reiterate 2-3 more points. I have graphs for that also, because if you show it will become too long, right? So whenever these companies are recruiting, I would say more than 70% of them, okay, more than 70% of them telling that they don't care about the ERA pass out, or they don't care about your academic records, or they don't care about the branch that you're coming from. Okay, we have statistics, we have been measuring this over the years, right? So majority of them do not care about these factors. So some of you are already asking, sir, I'm a 2019 pass out, sir, will I get opportunity? I'm 2018 pass out, sir, will I get opportunity? And all? Absolutely no problem, right? You will not have any issues. Just a minute, my laptop is flickering. Right? Absolutely no problem. Okay, I'll also show you some recent success stories where students from the older batch or students from a different branch are come. And recently we placed one student from a branch called agriculture engineering, because I didn't know, I haven't even heard that such a branch exists. Probably some of the few engineering colleges have such branches. Agriculture science, we know, right? People study agriculture as a BSc agriculture. I know, I my school days I remember, but BTech in agriculture engineering I never heard, right? We have placed students with agriculture background, mechanical engineering background, civil engineering background, material science background, mechanical production engineering background, right? So absolutely no problem. Okay, so that's one part of it where we talk about this data. And then how are our students faring? What are they achieving, right? I just show a snapshot of last month or two. Definitely, you can go further, look into our social media or our website to get more data about what our students are achieving. So typically, I show data in 2 categories. One is like students who are from the recent year of pass out. So when I say recent year of pass out, 2022 and 2021. Okay, I won't count 2023 because 2023 just passed out. They're still joining us. They started joining from the month of June. I would say June, July, August is 3 months is where they even they would have joined in June, right? At least they need 4 months to start applying for placement. So 2023 placements, I am not, it has not opened up yet. Probably from September will open up. So even today in Emertxe, when you say a fresher, where the placement is happening, it is for 2022 and 2021. That's what we call categories as a fresher, right? Or from a recent batch. And second thing, I will also show a category of success stories where students from the older batches, when I say students from older batches, 2020 and above, right? So when you say 2020 and above, the older batch students, they come under multiple categories, right? When you say multiple categories, one set of students could be there who are working in an IT company or working in a profile, but they want to come to a different profile. We have, assistant professors, teachers, right? People working in the IT service companies, technical support type of roles, right? Working in the manufacturing type of roles, right? So from there, they transition themselves to this embedded domain. So that is one set of category where what is called as a career transition type of students, right? Then second set of students are there who come after a career break. For example, students come up, take career back due to many reasons. Some of the reasons include either they are preparing for some exams, GATE exams, and when I was in Delhi, I knew it, but still I could see very close quarters that in Delhi and nearby areas there's a huge popular option is to go for UPSC exams. They try for many years, right? So eventually they may see that I'm not getting anywhere, they give up and then they come back here, right? So students who tried for higher studies, GATE exam, UPSC exam, even for that matter bank exam, any state central government exam, they're not getting clear, right? So they come back, right? Similarly, students take career break. Especially, I'm seeing a lot of our girl students get into career break situation because they get married. They relocate to a different city. Definitely, they take pregnancy break, etc., etc. Due to which they go through a long break, right? So these 3-4 categories of people, as a career transition people, career break people, right, are there. And some of them might have some experience, some of them might not have had any experience at all, right? So whatever may be the case, they are able to take up our course and achieve the placement and also resume their career in the core embedded field. So let me show you 2 type of success stories, and then later again, I'll pause and then start, taking the questions, right? Just keep coming, keep the questions coming, guys. Let me just pull up the over the slide. So let me show you data in 2 categories. As I said, first let me show you the fresher category. So when I say freshers, these set of students are from 2021 or 2022 batches, right? And who got placed in the recent month or so. Please note this is such a snapshot. I'm not showing the whole data. If you want, the whole data is much bigger than this. If you want that, please go and take a look at our social media and website. All the data is updated there on a daily basis, right? We have, LG has been our regular recruiter. Their student like Vijay Gaddi, from Bidar, Karnataka, is an embedded system student, is able to get into coming to LG for 7.5 lakhs type of salary. Then we have student Shweta, who is from UBDT Davangere. She got a job with Data Patterns. So Data Patterns is a Chennai-based product company who do both hardware and software. They've been our regular recruiter for a long time now. She got placed with a salary of 4.2 LPA last month. Similarly, we have a student like Sajit, who's from CMS College of Engineering Technology, Tamil Nadu, and who got selected with the Digital Shark. Digital Shark is one of the mid-sized companies who even came to our office and recruited, performed our their drive here in our office. We helped them, and he got for a salary of 4.5 LPA. And as I mentioned, multiple Tatas, right? Multiple divisions or multiple organizations of Tata is been hiring our students. Be it Tata Advanced Systems. Tata Advanced Systems have been mainly created recently to build the smart IoT or this type of modern day solutions, right? And solutions and products. So that's what the Tata Advanced Systems. Similarly, we have Tata Power, Tata LXC, coming hiring our students. So we have our student, Hemant, is from Rajiv Institute of Technology, Hassan, and getting selected with Tata Advanced System for 5 LPA, recent one. And then we had Siemens, as you all know, it's one of the German based MNC, which is hired our student Bharat Saptagiri College of Engineering, Bangalore. He got selected for a 6 LPA salary. And as I mentioned, L&T made a very good number of hires last month. They opened. L&T, by the way, has got a very big portfolio in embedded systems. Be it L&T, even HCL for that matter. HCL, Wipro. Because of course their non-embedded portfolio become very big. So we tag them as IT companies, but they all have embedded verticals, especially L&T, who has got a very big portfolio in the embedded space. They have a big division in Mysore working in embedded. They have in Bangalore also. Good number of our students are there. Right. So we have our student Parveen Kautar from Bhivanakandre Institute of Technology, Balki, Karnataka. So she got selected for a 4 LPA salary. And similarly, another mid-sized organization where a student like Srinivas from NE Mysore, and he's an online student getting placed for a 4.8 lakh salary. Right. Another regular recruiter is Accord Systems, where Srikanth from Gulbarga getting selected. And Avin System has been again one of our long-term recruiter. They're into automotive software development. They've been hiring from us for a long period of time. We have Sneha from Gadag. She's in our online students getting placed for a 4 LPA salary. Right. So all these success stories are happening. As I said, I'm just showing a sample of type of companies which happened in the last month or so. Don't blame me if I miss some data. Right. As I say, all the data is available in our social media, and our team try to update it on a very daily basis. You can check. As I said, this is one set of data where these students are from the latest year of pass out, 2021 and 2022. Now I'm going to show you next set of data for the students from 2021 and above, and they are come under different categories. So let us look into them. Right. So let us look into the older batches. To view. All right. So here we can see, first let us start with some career transition stories. Let us start with, for example, a student like Ranjit, who was working in a manufacturing domain as a quality engineer, and he had, I think, worked for a year or so. Then he quit his job, came to us as a full-time course in our center. He studied, and we placed him with a company called Sloki Technologies, which is again an automotive company. So Ranjit is one of the recent success stories. This is another great story. Earlier I used to show career breaks up to 7 years or 8 years, if not wrong, right? Because a lot of students after the 2-year, 3-year, 5-year career break get into a job, right? But I would say this particular success story from a student, Kavya, is really phenomenal. She's able to get a break after 11 years. You can see whatever is written there, it is written by her only. She had an 11-year break, and as I said, a good number of girl students. It is very normal for me to see our girl students having a break due to personal reasons largely, right? After 11 years, she's able to get a job with L&T again for a 4 LPA salary, right? So this kind of stories are really inspiring for all of us in Emertxe. I'm sure pretty many of you, right? Especially always I tell, right, the recent batch students are still there, okay, right? When you show the recent success stories, right? They're very happy. Okay, fine. Anyways, we'll get a job. Right? Older the batch you become, the worry also increases, right? Because you say, I'm no longer a fresher. I'm having this kind of mixed experience, or I have a break due to my exam prep or personal reasons. Right? Your worry is more. But please don't bother much. Right? As long as you focus on the skill building, definitely success can be achieved. Kavya's success story here is one of the great examples for that. After 11 years, imagine, I think she's written here only now. She's a 2012 pass out, right? Almost like 11 years later, she's able to resume her career, right? Similarly, we have students, Junaid, and he was working as a technical advisor, basically in the support role, tech support role, and he's able to transition into Crest Aerospace, is one of the aerospace companies, and he's our online student. And we have another student who is our IoT student, but where IoT is also very good placements are happening. Sanjay, he got placed with a networking company called Whale for a 5 LPA salary. And Digital Shark, by the way, as I already mentioned, is been hiring our students. You saw in the previous PDF when I showed, they hired a fresher, but here this student is from 2020, Pawan, and he's from UVT Davangere. He got placed for 4.5 LPA with the same digital short technologies, right? And then, as I said, academia transition is another example. We have a student called Gauri from Tamil Nadu, Mukambai Engineering College. She was working as an assistant professor, right? And then she's also able to transition into the LFIS, one of her placement client, where she is able to transition from an academia to the corporate career. Right? Again, LG continue to hire at multiple levels on a very regular basis. Here we have Sai Krishna, Siva Sai Krishna from Aditya Engineering College, Andhra Pradesh, and he got a salary of 4.88 LPA. He's from a 2020 batch, right? And this is another one. It's not necessarily a fresher story. It's necessarily a old batch story, but I thought I still show this to get some motivation and inspiration for all of us. We are seeing a lot of buddy success stories. When I say buddy success stories, two students from the same college, they come join IMERGE, sit in the same class again, studying the same class, getting placed in the same company, right? So here you can see buddies. You can say Hemant and Sumesh. Both of them are from engineering college in Bangalore. I think AMC Engineering College, if I'm not wrong. And you can see they got placed with an ambient scientific. And you just read the line below there, the AI processor company. And so a few minutes back, the AI coming in only enhance our possibilities. Ambient scientific is one of the great examples. Similarly, a lot of such startups are niche companies continue to have. For example, these kind of companies you have not even heard, right? But you go and see the website, what they do in the space of embedded and AI coming to that, that's really, really amazing. If you go and work for like say 3-5 years in such domain, such company, right, your career will really go places, right? So all sort of success stories we get, buddies, older batch, career transition, etc., etc. Okay. Are very much possible in our, with the skill building approach what I spoke about, right? So I would like to pause here. Probably I will put one other slide, maybe here. Maybe we'll start with today's slide only. Okay, so let it be there for some time. Now it's almost like 8 p.m. It's been an hour since we covered the first portion of our webinar. Job trends, where the jobs are hitting, where the careers are coming, what are the niche areas, and what it means for IMERGE placement and IMERGE students, right? Now let us look into some of the questions that have been asked. Let me open that up. Guys, am I audible? Can I just confirm once again? Hope I am audible to all of you. So let me take some questions. I don't know where the questions are. Am I audible, guys? Are you able to hear me okay? Can you just type once in the chat window? Probably that window also will open up. Hello. Are you able to hear me, guys? Can you just confirm once? A little worried. Hope network is all right. No, I'm not able to see your chats. Let me check. Okay, okay. I think that window has gone down. Now I'm pulling it up. Give me a minute. Yeah, it's here. Questions. All right. So let me take some questions now. I'm able to see the window. It's just hidden in the down. Okay. Okay, great. Let me take some questions and we'll continue again. Okay. We are on a Q&A break now. Let me see the questions. Okay. So Uma Mahesh is telling, so I am from mechanical engineering and I have 7 years career break, sir. Am I eligible for this course? Yes, Uma Mahesh. I just showed you a real-time example of somebody getting into a job after 11 years of career break. As I already mentioned, era, password, percentage, branch doesn't matter, but how you go about building your skills in the course only is mattering, right? Absolutely no problem. You can very well take up this course. Then we have Sujit Kumar Panda. He's telling, sir, I am 2019 passed out with BTech Electrical Engineering. Sorry, 2.4 years of experience in IT technical support. Last 4 months, I have lost my job. May I get a job in embedded systems? Yes, definitely you can. I already showed you, I think Concentrix is one of the students who was a technical support guy who got into core domain. And by the way, if you are getting laid off, many of you, I think some of you already told about your losing your job. Absolutely nothing to worry. Later point in time in the interviews, right? I always tell my students, be honest. Right? Just go and tell you lost your job and you came here and upskill, and everybody will understand. No, in offer in India, what happens is if somebody loses a job, we take it as a matter of shame, right? It's as if I failed in an exam, right? As we move forward, as we are getting used to this kind of high-paced technology jobs and also private sector jobs, we should be in a position to take it. Of course, it's very sad at your age you are losing your job, right? It's very sad and it is very unfortunate, but what to do, right? We need to move on. So take it as a challenge, Sujit. You will be able to get a career break into core domain, which I already showed you many success stories, right? Similarly, Mrinal Patil is telling, sir, currently I'm working as a component engineer, but I want to switch my career into embedded. Will I get job in embedded considering this situation? Yes, again, no problem. Okay, which I already answered. Then we have Durga Rao. Durga Rao has done a huge, paragraph. Let me try. So he's from Hyderabad, working in non-IT, okay, bank, around 10 years. BTech 2012 batch. Don't have core experience. Now I'm looking to career in embedded systems, and I joined IMERSE. I spend sufficient time and interested to learn. Please guide me and suggest me how it will impact. How much time to set in core embedded system, right? Yes, evening batches are designed for working professional like you, Durga Rao. As you can see, right, some students after able to, even after 11 years of break, they're able to resume their career. So as long as you focus on assignment and project, which you put that you already realize that this magic is not going to happen just like that, right? You need to definitely spend time and build your skill set. If you're able to build it, definitely you will be able to achieve it, right? Similarly, I'm questioning another question coming from Abhishek. Useful for mechanical engineering? Yes, we're able to place all the branch students, and no problem of branches. Then we have Neha Sona. Do you provide placement for MCA students? No. Still companies do consider BE, BTechs or ME, MTechs as the main candidates. Of late, recently, we were able to open up for MSc students, MSc Electronics, MSc Instrumentation type of course students, right? But not yet for MCS. Okay, companies which are working in the core segment, they're still not openly considering the considering the the MCA candidates. Okay. Then Manoj is telling, it's been 4 years I've been passed out in mechanical engineering in 2019. Do I still get job if I join IMERE? Yes, I think I already mentioned, right? Okay. Another question coming from Bairesh. Bairesh is asking, sir, can I join now as I'm still studying 7th semester? Great. So this is another segment I forgot to tell. I mentioned about freshers who finish their engineering college or working professionals. Yes, this course is suitable for college students also. And what we tell for the college student is that if you do this particular course typically in a 7th semester, 8th semester, where you have a lot of time available with you, right? By the time you pass out, it will do a lot of good for you, right? Because imagine, as I mentioned, right, we are going to open up the 2023 placements, right? And some other students joined us in their final semester itself, right? So by being in a system for 6 months or 7 months, right, the skill levels would have improved significantly. So by the time you pass out, right, probably in 2024 maybe, if I'm not wrong, right, you'll be much ahead in the job market. Absolutely no problem. The only thing is, similar to the working professionals, you will have your academic requirements similar to how the working professionals have got the day-to-day work expectations, right? Yeah, since you are in college, there will be some academic classes, projects, etc. You should be able to dedicate your time and learn it, right? As long as you dedicate yourself, for example, every day 4 to 5 hours minimum, definitely you should be able to achieve your goal by ratio. Okay. Manoj is telling, so how much package can I get? I'm considered as a fresher, even as a fresher, even I am passed out in 2019. See, package totally depends on the company, Manoj. Okay, I will not be able to exactly tell that, what will be your salary package. Okay. Again, when I say 2019 pass out, again, two possibilities are there. I don't know you come under which bucket. For example, some students would have come from an older batch of pass out, maybe from a different branch or with some work experience, right? When they apply through a job through us, right, there are two possibilities. One is some companies will consider your previous experience, whether it's a technical, non-technical, and they probably put you in a one level above the entry level. And in some companies who won't consider, they'll say, no, anyways, we're giving a career break, join us as an entry level. It purely depends on the company. So in Emertxe, that's why you see, right, when I say that where we are getting placing our students, I use the word called entry level engineers. I will never use freshers, right? The word fresher comes only when you're considering the year of pass out into consideration, which is not the case with us, right? All the companies are recruiting for entry level engineers. That's the reason why the year of pass out doesn't matter. Again, the package purely depends on the company. Okay, we have companies, right? For example, starting from, let us say, 3.54 lakhs onwards, up and above, 20 plus LPA. We have a range of companies. The higher the skill level you are, you'll be able to. For example, I have a success story of a mechanical engineer who was very, very, in fact, he was one of our students' younger brother. I think she studied with us in 2017. And then she said, my brother is a mechanical engineer. And I think 3-4 months back in webinars, I used to show his success story, right? But since it's old, I'm not showing. And we were able to place him with Chelsea Communications, a networking company. He was coming from mechanical engineering background and he got a salary of 11 lakhs. It purely depends on them. Okay. If you're really focused on skill building, there is no, what do you call, limit in terms of what salary you can get. It purely depends on the skill building you need to do. Hope that's clear. Then Monica is asking, what is the core duration of embedded system? It is 6 months, Monica. Okay. All right. Sorry, lot of audible. I think my window was down. Everybody responded audible. Yeah. So then, Uday Kalyan is asking, sir, will MSc electronic students can get job in core companies? Yes, as I already mentioned a few minutes back, MCS we are still not allowing, but yeah, MSc electronics, MSc instrumentation, where you have a flair of electronics in the MSc, we are able to give them opportunities. Yes. Okay. Let me see. So Indra Priya is asking, do you have hands-on working on real-time projects? Yes, that's one of the key portfolio. In the next section on our course demo, I know I will cover that particular segment, like what do you mean by project, what do you mean by a real-time use case-based project, etc. I will explain that. Just give me a few minutes, Indra Priya. I move on to the okay. So Indra Priya is asking one more question: is it good for working professionally? What are the timings, and for course is EMI available? Yes, EMI options are available. With respect to timings, give me some time. I'm moving on to the course demo part. As you can see, that's the next slide that is coming up. I'll just show that you can, you'll be able to, look into the timings, etc. Okay. I think Sujit Kumar, I already answered your question. Hope you are clear now. Okay. Nikhil is asking, sir, recruiters show any difference between offline batch and online batch? Oh, it's an interesting question. Okay. So let me tell you this online offline story, quite in detail, because it's important that you guys understand, right? See, before pandemic, before 2020 March, right? That's when the pandemic has hit. There's no concept of online recruitment. Predominantly, I would say 98-99% of them, it was an offline. Either the companies come to us, come to our center where we help them with the infrastructure, invigilation, support, so they can conduct the test, interview, everything in our center, and then they go, right? That is one portion. Or they go to their offices, majorly based out of Bangalore. In some cases, some students even go to Chennai or Hyderabad. It's one night journey. They attend the process. So that was a scenario in the pre-pandemic situation. When the pandemic happens, the story entirely is flipped. It becomes 100 and 0. 100% online, no offline. Right? 100% online and no offline, right? Because we cannot come out of the houses only, right? So that's when this particular online recruitment has gained momentum, where not only attending the interviews, right? Even getting an offer letter, joining, working, everything was online. Okay, so that was a scenario during the peak of that 18 months or 20 months of pandemic, right? But as we started coming out of pandemic, right, what I started seeing is, in terms of the companies, right? Please note, from our side, we don't have any problem. What the company started doing is, slowly the offline recruitment again started picking up. Okay, earlier it used to be 90-10, 90% online, 10% offline, right? Slowly, what has happened? The online recruitment picked up, shrinking, and then offline recruitment started growing. So today, I would say we are kind of at a 55-45. 55% of the companies are hiring online. 45% of the companies are hiring offline. Offline means they expect you to come physically and then attend this particular process, right? Maybe here and there, 5-10%, because it changes from month on month, right? 55, 45, what you can assume as of now, kind of, here and there a little bit, right? Now, when they're hiring online, they don't care, right? Anyways, the process is online. They really don't care whether you're an online student or offline student, as well as companies. But when it comes to offline drive, suppose they're conducting a drive in our office, or they're asking you to come to their office and attend, right? If you're nearby Bangalore, let us say many of you are from, let us say, any either place, right? Hyderabad or Tumkur or Koppal or Mysore, right? You can very well come here. See, from our side, we don't have any problem. If you can come and attend, no problem. You can go and attend. So companies won't distinguish. Then also they will not ask, are you online student, are you offline student? They don't ask, right? If physical presence, if you can come and attend, we also don't have a problem. But yeah, if they're from located far away, let's say you are located in, let us say, our students, let us say you are located in Delhi, right? You are located in Kolkata. Only one drive you cannot come, right? So what we are recommending for our online students is, anyways, after the 4th month, you can start applying for placements, right? 6 months is where the course getting over. 2-3 months you apply and see, right? If you're getting selected, well and good. If you're not getting selected, after you finish the course, right? Why don't you come to Bangalore for a month or two and only start attending placements? This way, you're not going to miss out on any opportunity. But even if you're not taking that also, as I said, 55% of the companies are still hiring online. Okay. To summarize, companies don't distinguish whether you are an online student or offline student. They don't care. Okay, we will mention, but they don't care. They say, come and prove me you have the skill, I will take it, right? But attending the drive perspective, students have some difficulty, right? Especially students who are far away from Bangalore, right? Suppose, let's say you are an online student, but you are based out of Tumkur, or which is like, based out of, let us say, Mysore. You can come overnight, or you can stay with your friends or some relatives, attend the drive and go back. Neither the company have any problem, nor we have any problem. But if you're based out of Delhi, yes, it is becoming a problem. For one day, you cannot come and then go back, right? So for them, we are telling, once after 4th month, you start attending placements. The placements are not coming through. 6 months, your course will get over. After that, what do? You can come to Bangalore, only attend placements. So that's the approach we are giving, so that they're maintaining the balanced approach. But in summary, companies don't care. See, it's something like, whether you learn through online, how do we care, right? You come and participate in the drive. If you can prove, they are ready to take. Nikhil, very good question. Thanks for asking, right? Then we have Muhammad Nazim. I am 2020 electrical pass out. I have 2 years of electrical engineers, no problem. Okay. Same with Sabah Suraya. Sir, I am in 7th semester EC. Can I join the course after 7th semester? Yes, you can, no problem. Okay. Will the salary increase, sir? Okay, what do you mean by salary increase? Yes, it will increase, right? Every company need to motivate their workforce and keep them, skilled and keep them motivated. So definitely there'll be a, definitely there'll be a salary increase. Main factor is your performance. If you perform well, definitely you will be able to get good salary raise, right? Let me take some water. A lot of questions have come. I think we'll spend some time with questions now. So Adil is asking, Adil Muhammad, How will you sort out students for premium package? Yeah, this is a very interesting question, right? So what happens is when the salary package goes up, right, naturally that companies become very attractive for students, and we receive a lot of applications from students. Let us say, for example, a Qualcomm or an NFP, a Microchip, a Chelsea, a Samsung, right, or Volvo, any of these companies come, right? We get a lot of applications. For example, let us take a case of 300 applications have been received, right? Let us say any of these companies, right? So now when we share this 300 list of students with companies, they say, no, 300 is too big a number. I don't have time to, call 300 people, conduct the test, conduct the interview. It will be too long a process for them. They will come back and tell us, you know what, Team IMERXE, you give me from this 300 only 30 students, or let us say 40 students. Okay, in this, like, top 10 or top 15%, can you give me? They'll come back and ask us, right? So what we do, we'll go back and we will check your performance in the course. Kindly note here, your era password, percentage, your branch doesn't come into picture, but how well you are performing in your course matters a lot. Means when I say performance, are you attending the classes regularly, right? Are you doing all the assignments properly? Are you implementing all our projects? Are you attending all the tests? Are you attending a mock interview? Right? We have entire data with us. So based on that particular data, we will figure it out basically, where you are, right? And companies also understand, and we also very clearly see a correlation where how you perform, right, in our course versus how the students are there getting into premium. Just got a very close correlation. So in order to get, in fact, this question I get in every class I do, right? In fact, last week, so this Monday, Tuesday, we had a good number of induction classes started for our offline students. Right? Many students ask, so what does it take to get into a premium company? My answer was very simple. In fact, that slide is not here. I show it in the induction class, right? In the performance category, we have various bands, performance band, right? Green, orange, yellow, red, black, right? If you're in the green zone, you take care. Automatically your premium job will come to you. Okay. Hope that's clear, Adil. Performance is the key. Skill building is the key here. Okay. Kumar Magesh, I think I already, already answered your question of 7 years of career gap. Okay. Then we have Bobby Shetty Monica. She says, if we join now, then in how many months we can get placed, right? So again, Monica, it purely depends on the student. So what we do from IMERXE is that we tell, at least you need to spend with us 4 months of time, after which you can start applying for placements, right? So after you get applying for placements, when you will get placed, it really depends on you. I mean, the previous question that I answered for, Adil, right? It's about how well you are prepared, how well you are taken this particular skill building, right? If you've been very regular, if you're able to basically, done all the assignment and projects, maybe in the first 1 or 2 companies itself, you will get placed. Right? Some students won't follow that, even if you tell that, right? They will not follow. They will think that, we are giving GAN and we are telling, and unfortunately, due to pandemic, right, the student behavior or the student has picked up a lot of such bad habits, right? In terms of not attending the classes regularly, they become lazy, etc., etc. Then we can't help. Then we'll put through you. We'll put through you, but you will not get selected, right? So when you will get selected, it really depends on you. As long as you are following our process, you'll be able to get placed. Once your placements open, let us say 4th month after that, right? You'll be able to get placed in 1 or 2 opportunities itself. That's what we've seen, right? Historically, you'll be in a green zone, you'll get placed very soon. Okay. Then we have, so I'm pursuing 4th batch now. I want to do a course on embedded system. How can I approach you, sir? I don't know what do you mean by 4th batch. Are you in 4th semester, Jagadish Gadu? I'm not clear with your question. Okay. Then we have Ismail Hiroli. So will I get a salary hike of 100% from placements? I am an embedded software engineer. So again, Ismail, right, we will not be able to commit because I'm not the one who is determining your salary levels, right? Companies are the one who are determining the salary levels, and how they will be able to, assess you or give you the seat. Let us understand a very simple equation, right? The higher the skill, right, the higher the pay. As simple as that, right? If you're able to demonstrate the higher level of skill set, they will pay you more. If you don't, see, everybody has got the aspiration to grow their salary. There's nothing wrong about it. I really appreciate that you're asking this particular question, right? But it's all about how good your salary hike can be. For example, if you look at our highest salary number, if you look at our website, right, I think it takes some 28.75 lakhs or something like that, the highest got by a student, right? So that student was working in TCS. He had 2 years of experience in TCS. He was drawing probably 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs type of, that's the kind of a range if I'm not wrong, right? From there he was able to directly jump into 28.75. So how it has happened? He is focused on skill building, right? So again, will it happen 100% salary, 200% salary? It depends on you, right? And and companies will definitely give you more salary if they find your skills are valuable. Today, the world is a world of skill, right? And especially if you look at the world of recession, companies are ready to pay for people only when you are having the right skill. So please do that. As long as you follow that, you will not have any problem. Okay. So then we have Tulasi Tejaswini, who is asking probability of getting placed in embedded domain for a 2018 BTech, pass out graduate with 3.1 years of experience in IT industry, currently not working since May 2022. Same answer, Tulasi. I've been telling the same answer, right? Definitely, there's a possibility. Okay, as long as you are following the process, things will happen to you. Okay. Aditya is asking, so is there any effect of recession on the core domain? Yes, Baba, I already told you. Recession is there everywhere. We are also affected because of that, but not as bad as what you thought. That's why I showed you 100+ companies. But yeah, some of the companies have gone for hiring freeze, right? And as soon as they for example, NXP is on hiring freeze, Microchip is on hiring freeze, right? Okay, and then what are some of the other names, right? I think HP is on hiring freeze, right? They don't hire. Hopefully, the hiring fees get lifted soon so that we'll be able to place more students. But there is an effect of recession. So, see, please note, I mean, living in this world. It's like, for example, the pandemic situation. Everywhere there's a pandemic. How can I be safe? I'm also vulnerable to that. Okay? But what I can do, I can only safeguard myself. Right? Same thing here. The world is this. How can I safeguard myself? The only safeguard, what in the pandemic is that take vaccine. Right? Similarly, here, what is the vaccine? Skill is the vaccine. Okay, hope you're able to see the relationship. Hope this example, you're able to connect. Okay. Shweta, I think already answered. MSc Electronics will be able to join. I'm newly graduate. My passion is embedded system design. Do I have to learn coding to get into the jobs? Asking Charina May Castellano. I think I hope you're joining outside India. Charina, from your name, or you are from India? I don't know. Yes. See, today when we talk about the embedded system, the course that we teach is it's a embedded software. So embedded software is all about coding. Okay, you have to learn coding to get into such type of job. See, there are 2 types of jobs that in embedded system. One is the hardware side, and it's on the software side. Our focus is on the software side. That's why we say it's a embedded system software side is what our course is all about. Okay. Then again, there's a question from Muhammad Nazim. BTech electrical engineer have 2 years of experience in electrical field. Can you get placement in embedded system? Absolutely yes. Multiple questions are coming the same way. So other companies hire freshers and give them 15-20 LPA package? Yes. Okay, why not? All the numbers, whatever you are seeing, right? They're all students. But kindly note, that's what I've been repeatedly telling to you guys, right? You need to demonstrate that skill set. If you can demonstrate the skill set, definitely you getting into any sort of premium. I will not say 15 or 20 or 10, right? Definitely you get a very good salaried company. Now, when is the next batch is going to start? Sabha is asking, give me some time. And later point in time in the slides, I have the course dates mentioned. Let me see how many questions are there. Wow, lot of questions are there. My God, so many questions are bombarded here. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll pause here the question because we're already at 8:25. I'll not be able to cover because we have quite a lot of contents to cover. So what I'll do, I will switch to the slides again. We'll come back. So Manjunatha, I think you're flooding my window. You're copy pasting the same question once again, right? Allow me some time because you're just spamming my window, right? So what I'll do is I will switch back to the presentation now. We will come back and take the questions once again. Okay. And typically people who would have seen my past monthly webinars, right? We don't strictly go with the times, even though it's scheduled between 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. is again, we only have another 35 minutes. It's absolutely fine for me to stay back, right, even after 9 p.m. and answer your queries. No problem, right? Maybe we have to push your dinner time a little bit. I hope all of us will be able to do that, right? But I will ensure that all your questions are answered, right? In case if it's still not answered, I'll ask you to type once again and we can take it up once again, no issues, right? So let me go back to the slide because a lot of questions are come in the course side of it. Let me explain that and then we'll come back to this. Okay. So what is the course part? Like basically our goal is basically to make the engineers employable by working on the skill gap. Give me a minute. So I got some message from Mubin. He said he's stuck, he's not able to sorry, no problem. I'll cover it up for you. Okay. So this section typically Mubin carries, right? So what are the three options of courses that we give? We give the offline option, where you come to our center in Bangalore and study, and then you study online. Right? In online, we have two options. One is online morning and then online evening. Right? So morning option, the classes happens in a morning or a day between, let us say, 9:30 to 5:30, 6 p.m. the daytime. Whereas evening batch, the timings are fixed. For example, every day, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. the lab happens, and 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. the class happens. Okay? That is mainly targeted for working professionals, or even for that matter, college students. Some of you are telling, right, I'm in the 7th semester, 8th semester, right? Then you will be able to join this course after your college hours. Right? So these are the three options. If you go slightly and then check, detailed comparison of these modules, right? This is how it is stacked up under various parameters. For example, offline course is 6 months course. There are totally 8 modules. Every day, 2 to 2.5 hours of classes or labs and similar timings. So class timings I put 9:30, not 9:30. These days we're starting as early as 7:30. Probably I'll update the slide because so many batches are coming up. We're running more, batches every day. The classes start as early as 7:30 a.m. and 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday. And since they are physical classes, we will not be recording them, so we will not be able to give recorded classes for them. And for the people who are joining offline, they will be using a pick and arm based boards. Okay, the physical boards will be given, which you will be able to. If we have those boards, you can take it out from us, or connect to the laptop, work on it while going back. You can give it and go right. So we will give 2 years of unlimited placement support for your placements. So that's about the offline courses, right? Now let me talk about the online. Online, slight variations are there. Of course, the mode of delivery is it's not 5 months. Sorry, it's a small mistake here. Don't quote me. This is again a 6 months course. Okay, it's a 6 months course. Here one module is less in the online module because the Qt programming is not there. Because we thought it will further make the course durations longer. Because there's no issue in the placements, don't worry about that. So here what happens is the similar methodology where 2 hours of classes will be there. Please note all our classes are live. Okay, like this webinar we are doing. But for the online students, every class will get recorded and we'll be giving you the recorded version also. So in case you are not able to join due to some network issue or some unavoidable circumstances, you will be able to take up those, watch those videos. When you have the free time. Okay. So other parties, like once you're done with your classes, 2 hours of classes, there'll be 1 to 1.5 hours of lab sessions every day, where the mentors will be explaining the assignments and projects. Probably in the subsequent slide, I'll explain it a little bit in detail. And then you will get throughout working morning 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. you will get a online support where you can you will be given a WhatsApp group where where the question and answer can be clarified, right? So as I said here also, the online also, right, the classes are starting as early as 7:30, as I said, right? Today, this is we're running quite packed schedules, right? So it is running quite early mornings. So 6 days a week, similarly, and here we'll be providing you the online, recorded videos will be given by a system called as learning management system. So the learning management system, both offline and online students will have access, but only for online students, the recorded version is given. For offline students, we don't give, right? For the online students, when it comes to the hardware, we are using simulators. These simulators, probably I'll quickly show you a couple of videos, right? Where instead of using a board, we'll be using a simulator where you'll be downloading the source code and then you will be learning. And the simulators are very much open source and they're available for a free, and they're lightweight software. You can download the code and you will not have any issues, right? And later point in time, if you wanted to try that in the source in the real-time board also, you will not have any problem. So whatever works in the source code works in a board, it will work in the simulator and vice versa. Okay, so that way you will not have any issue with respect to the learning effectiveness just because we're learning in the simulator, right? The simulators have been working very well for our students, right? So coming to the online evening batch students, lot of commonalities between the online regular or online morning batch and the online evening batch. Please note this is also actually 6 months course, right? And the classes can start as early as, so here only difference in the evening batch is that the class timings are fixed. You can see here the class timings, right here the class timings will be from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mainly to take care of the needs of working professionals. Rest all the remain same, but all the students, whether you are offline students, online regular or online evening, everybody will get a 2 years of unlimited placement support. Absolutely no problem at all. So this is a little bit of detailed comparison of online versus offline courses. But as I said already, the learning effectiveness from our side will remain the same. From the placement side, I think there was a wonderful question which I clarified, right? What is happening today with respect to the placement, how placement companies are considering our online students. By the way, one more point when I mentioned about the online interviews, right? Unfortunately, the online mode of selection, be it a written test or interview, has also given rise to a lot of malpractices. It's been very unfortunate. Thankfully, we are able to curb to a large extent with our students. But generally, what happens basically, students, doing a proxy, or rather instead of student A, student B is giving a proxy interviews, right? Or when the questions have been asked, they're searching in Google and answering. So all these malpractices have come quite a lot in the online space. That is also one of the reasons why companies are preferring to do an offline or a physical interview. Okay. So this is a detailed comparison. There are a couple of quick questions I'll take. Any scholarship tests available for the fee condition? Shakil is asking. We don't conduct any tests, but yeah, for the offline students, I guess based on the academic score, there are some concessions given. You can check with our team of counselors towards the end. I will show you the our counselors' contact details. You can check with them, right? Can I switch from online mode to offline mode? You can, Siddhi. But there's a fee delta there. You need to pay up, and then you need to move to the online to offline. Right. This is the kind of a delivery model which you mentioned, where you start with the live virtual classes, as I mentioned, in the online mode, where you'll be going through every day 2 hours of live sessions like what we are doing right now. And after that, basically you will be having a lab session where the lab mentors will come and explain you the labs, and then you start working on it. Once you start working on the assignment or project, that's where you get doubts. There you can use our online ecosystem, mainly the WhatsApp, where you can type your questions and get your doubts clarified in a live manner. Unfortunately, I'm not able to show that today because Mubin has those WhatsApp group access. It typically shows it in our course demo webinars, where live, even for example around 8:30, right? Even though we say 7 p.m., 8:30, 9 p.m. and all, a lot of discussions keep happening among our students, and our mentors do clarify the questions in the live, live manner, right? Those things happen. And very important focus we give on is the prep sessions, where we understand, even though you're doing regular assignment and projects, right? Before you go to the placements, you need to prepare well. That's why we put you through the resume preparation, interview preparation, mock interviews, etc., using which you can be better prepared and go out on these interviews. Okay. So there's a question here. Can you repeat timings of morning batch online? So Manjunatha, see, what I'm saying is all the morning batches, both online and offline, can start as early as 7:30, right? That's what I mean. Okay. So because of the batch timings and slottings that are happening. Okay, it can be 7:30, 9:30, 11:30, 2:30, right? In slottings, it can be done. It purely depends on the batch. Wherever there's a mentor availability, wherever is a student availability, they'll try to match and schedule. Okay. And then there is a question about how much it is cost. Regarding fees, also Preeti Patil, you need to talk to our team of counselors. I'll share you their contact details. Right? They'll be able to explain the fees. Then we have Larahib Momin. What coding language do we need to know? You don't need to know any programming, because all the subjects that you are going to teach, we will start from the scratch. We don't assume that you know something. Everything will be start from the level 0, right? Predominantly, we focus on C programming in our course, and of course, we also teach a short-term module called C++ by focusing on the object-oriented programming. C and C++ are the main programming languages with a larger focus on C. The reason why we do this today, more than 80-85% of the embedded systems are still coded with C programming. That's why we give an extensive focus with C. Remaining 10-15% of the embedded systems are coded with C++. That's why we give a tighter focus. But we do cover the core aspects of C++ as well. Okay. I think a lot of questions are coming up, right? I'll just pause. I'll go back to the slide now, because if you go there, then but don't worry, we'll come back and take it. So this is the kind of skills and capabilities that you will be building. This is the kind of modules that you will be going through. You start with Linux systems, and then you move on to the C and C++ programming. That is level 1 modules. Then you get into the data structures, where you take your programming to the next level. So as the Linux internals and TCP/IP networking, where you take your Linux knowledge to the next level, microcontrollers and interfacing, and then subsequently you move on to level 3 with embedded Linux, and then you basically get into the Disha workshop, NCC certification, and get placement ready. So when I say placement ready, you don't need to wait till the course gets over. What happens is, the moment you are completing your data structures module, which happens after the 4th month, our mentors will run something called placement eligibility process, or PEP, where you have to clear certain exams and certain mock interviews, so that you'll be ready for the placements. Now, in case we don't clear, we give additional opportunity for you to prepare and reappear for the exam. So you can appear for the placement after the 4th month of your module, right, for the course. And then you can start attending. And after the course gets over, right, you get 2 years of unlimited placement opportunities, right? You can start applying after the 4th month. Maybe let us say 6 or 7 months you finish your course. You can say those 2-3 months also you can apply. And from the time the course gets over, for 2 more years, you will get placement opportunities where you can apply with all the clients. Okay. Hope that's clear. So then we have these Disha workshops, where we conduct the resume preparation, interview preparation, and various aspects that are related to the prep, where we will teach you, as you already mentioned, right? We will be basically conducting this workshop to ensure that you are prepared, even though you're doing your regular classes and all, right? Going before the interview, you need to be prepared. So we'll be conducting all this preparation session to ensure you are ready for the placements. Okay. I think good number of the questions we are already discussed. Yeah. Now let me move on to the last segment, right? Quickly, few slides we'll cover, then we'll get back to the questions again, right? So if we talk about placements from the process point of view, right? How does the placement work, right? So what I'll do is I'll show you guys our Google group. Let me go off the video. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let me open up the Google group for you guys. So you're all able to see the screen now, where we are showing the Google group. So even though there are a lot of information available in the the social media and website, so this is where the entire placement information is getting published. Here you will be basically able to see all the placement related information. You can see that every day. I think today itself you can see, right, a lot of application got floated yesterday, right? Every day so many companies are coming, right? And you take any application, you have a lot of information. For example, I'll open one popular one, Boeing. You'll be able to relate it easily, right? So this is the application you can see, right? So this particular company, they're more focusing on 22, 23, 60%, and this is a type of a salary level. So every information will be mentioned to you in this particular application. Similarly, I think recently, for example, Tech Mahindra is there. Right? You can see the Chelsea Communications. You can see here, Chelsea Communications are there. You can see they're slightly on the premium side of salary, right? And then I don't know, a lot of other new companies have got floated. Or let us say VVDN, right? Say they're telling no era password criteria, no percentage criteria, right? So initial 3 months they're paying 3.2 lakhs, and once you are complete your training period, it will become 4 lakhs. So like this, we'll have the entire placement information will be published to you in form of our Google groups. So you can check this particular placement application and then you can start applying. Okay. Please note, before you apply for these placements, you should have already cleared the placement eligibility conditions set by our mentors, and then after that you can start applying for these companies. So that when we basically allow you to apply, and then subsequently we help you throughout the process. Our placement team will closely work with you and ensure that until you go and get selected, we'll be closely working with you and supporting you, right? Here there are two scenarios are there, especially if a student gets placed before the course gets over, they will be automatically switched to the online evening batch, because they may not they need to report immediately. By the way, friends, one point is that all the companies which are recruiting from us, they expect you to join immediately. Okay, it's not like what we discussed in the beginning, right? I got an offer letter, but I did not get the joining date. Okay? So that scenario doesn't exist in Emertxe at all, because all the companies are basically are coming for a demand. They already have a demand, that's why they come. So the joining will be immediate. For example, you have these students, when they are getting selected, they will join immediately. If you have some modules which are pending, let's say you are an offline student or online morning student, right? You can complete the pending modules in the online evening mode. Okay, so that's another part which I want to cover. Okay, so let me move on to the last but one slide, then we'll completely focus on the Q&A. So these are the dates, basically, embedded systems offline course. I think it is 17th of August, which is already started. I think the admissions are pretty much closed, or almost getting closed. You can still check with our team of counselors and then check. But yeah, admissions are actively open for our online batches, 29th of August and 1st September, online evening and online, online regular batches. You can get in touch with our team of counselors. Basically, training at Emertxe is their common email ID, and 809-555-7333 is a common number. You can get in touch with them. We have a team of counselors. One of them will pick up and share you all the information, mainly about the fees, etc., etc., right? And then discounts or the scholarships or the concession, etc. So they are the right people to explain you, share you. So this is their contact detail. Okay. So let me pause here. I'm pretty much done with the content what I wanted to go. Let me take down now questions, right? For example, okay, how to be different from others, because everyone learning same topic and same project. Manjunatha is asking. Manjunatha, I think you're already a student, right? And many questions you are asking as a student. Okay, because if you see in this particular webinar, they're more aspiring students. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The answer will remain the same. See, when you're working on a project, I think there was also a question about real-time project asked by one of the participants in the earlier set of questions, right? So whenever you are doing this module, any particular major module, right, you go through the classes, then you go through the labs and assignments, right? Towards the end of the module, you will be given a project. Okay. So this project will be a real-time use case based project. They're not, for example, we are not going to talk to a company and say, hey, give me a project, I'll execute with the students. That's not going to happen. And none of you have that capability to implement that project also, please note. Okay, point number one, right? Point number two is because you're still learning, right? You will not be able to, tomorrow, let's say some company is building a real-time IoT solution, right? I cannot ask you to code there, right? It will be disaster for you, disaster for the company also. But our projects, okay, probably I'll just show you our resource library website. You can still go and browse it also if you want. So if you just go and type emertxe.com/embedded-systems, okay. This is where our entire course contents have been put up, including our projects. You can just go and take a look. It'll give us a few minutes, a few seconds, it will get loaded. Yeah, you can see it's getting loaded. This is pretty much an open content. You can go and browse. The entire course content, whatever we are going to learn, it is available for free. It's open. You can refer, or you find your friends. You can do that. So let us say, for example, industry projects, right? Okay, let us click here. Okay. So if you go here, there's a project, for example, LSB image technography is one example of a project, right? So how this particular project is implemented, the entire detail is given here. Okay. So what happens in a particular module is you will be given, the mentors will be explaining the requirement of any one or two projects, and they'll ask you to implement. And these project will be common for all the students. Okay. So in fact, the question is, I've been asked by a lot of placements companies also saying that, hey, you are making it implement as an individual, but when you look into the resume of the student, right, all the projects look the same. So the answer to that, what Manjunatha is also asking this question is that the way that you can distinguish between yourself and other friends is to explaining about the challenges that you are faced in the particular projects. If you if you attend our resume preparation workshop, I'll explain this in a very clear manner, where I say every project is same, but what challenges you have faced, that is where you can differentiate yourself. And then say, this is how I faced a challenge, this is how I resolved this particular challenge. And that also shows that you implemented the project and you are confident and you are capable of implementing the project. That's the way we differentiate. And in fact, the question asked by Manjunath is very well asked by many companies also, not only students. Companies also ask me, and look at your resume, right? All the projects looks the same for all the students, right? This is the way you can differentiate. Hope that's clear, Manjunatha. So Deepak is asking, will you provide placement based on our previous experience? I think I already clarified this point, Deepak, but let me reiterate. It is not we giving placements, right? It is the companies we are facilitating this process, but ultimate decision maker is basically the companies. Okay? If the companies, when they are hiring you with the previous experience, okay, again that experience can be very much varied. Somebody can be from an embedded background, somebody can be from non-embedded background, somebody can be from totally a non-technical background. So as I said, somebody can come from a technical support, somebody can come from a marketing background, somebody can come from teaching background, somebody can come from sales background, right? So what we do is the way how your previous experience would be considered, it purely up to the companies. So we will facilitate this and we will let them decide how they want to consider. Some of them what they do is they say, no, we cannot consider. Right? You will be, rather I'm giving an opportunity for you to change your domain, right? That's a benefit you are getting. So I'll not be able to basically give you a higher salary or a higher designation. Come and join us entry level. So that happens. But some companies will say, no, let us say you have 3 years of previous experience. Probably I will mark it as 1.5 years of embedded experience. Let us say this also happened in Emertxe, right? 2 students getting placed from the same domain, right? Same company. One guy is considered as a junior, one guy is considered as a senior. Even for embedded experience also, Deepak, right? How they will consider, right? And what salary level they will put, it really depends on the companies. We can put our best case forward and let them decide. Okay, so it is up to them. We'll not be able to force. But yeah, your profile, whatever experience, you can go and showcase, no problem. And on top of it, you add the skills that you gained in Emertxe, which will put you in a better position, of course. With that, how they consider is purely up to them. Okay. Hope that's clear, Deepak. Did companies put aptitude tests like a normal IT companies? Yes, they put. Okay, it depends on again the company. Larger number of them would expect you to go through a written test. Okay. Okay. And then we have Yogesh. Yogesh is asking, I passed out in the year 2022, currently working as an EMC engineer in automotive industry. Will I get proper skills in automotive industry? See, automotive is one of the verticals of embedded. Whatever the course that we teach, or whatever the modules that I explained to you in the previous set of slides, right? Those skill sets are common to build any embedded systems, including the automotive. Right? So we don't teach you anything specific to automotive, specific to telecom, specific to any of these skill set, right? We will teach you a generic embedded system skill set with which you will be able to fit yourself into any of these embedded companies, right? But we don't teach you anything specific to automotive. For example, we teach you CAN protocol, right? But we will not teach you, a specific, for example, AutoSAR, that we don't teach, right? We don't teach you anything specific to the vertical. Or rather, I will tell this as an example, right? We are teaching you how to drive a car, any general car. What is important in a car? Accelerator, clutch, and brake. We'll teach you how to drive that. Okay. Well, how to drive a Mercedes-Benz, how to drive a Maruti, how to drive a Hyundai, or how to drive a Audi. That is what the domains are, right? Automotive, robotics. That's up to you. So once you join your job, probably they will give you domain-specific things with which you will be able to learn further. But for us, the fundamentals matter. You should be able to drive a car. Hope you are able to see the differences and an example here, right, Yogesh? So let me start taking some more questions. Thank you for asking all these questions. Okay. This is another question. Tarun is asking, sir, I'm working professional. I cannot join immediately. I'll notice. Yeah, I forgot that point, right? Okay. So as much I tell, for example, all the companies expect you to join immediately. For working professionals, yes, it can be worked out. Okay. Notice period, and we also strongly recommend that you basically serve your notice period and then come. Okay. So while the process is going on, because I told that immediate joining with respect to the context of a fresher or the person who is available, right? And there is also so much worry among them. They're saying that companies give offer letter, but they don't give the joining date. I was answering that question from that context. For the working professional, that is very much understandable. We tell two things for working professionals. One is during your selection process, right? When you're attending the HR round or in the managerial round, later point in round, you can put across your point saying that, hey, look, I'm a working professional, I cannot join immediately, right? Please note that will not act as a negative. Or you cannot join later, you cannot join immediately, I reject you. No. If you are well in your technical, they will give time. And please work with the placement team also, so that we will also put a note to the companies saying that this student will need to serve the notice period. So there have been multiple instances where companies have waited for a 1 month or 2 months, whatever the notice period. And we also tell the student after they get placed, go and negotiate with our current employer, talk to your manager and see, reduce the notice period by working more time or transitioning better to your fellow colleagues, so that once you leave, right, your work doesn't get affected. Okay, you can work it out, but absolutely no problem, Tarun. The notice period can be worked out for working professionals. Okay, hope that's clear. Ali Adil Muhammad is asking, sir, you said online mode only 7 modules in there. Will you explain it in details? So I can say, if you tell, it will only take more time. So let me just go back to the slides once again. This, I think I already shown this particular slide. The slide was there, the module slide. Yeah, so these are 7 modules which I mentioned, which starts from Linux systems, C++ programming, data structures, Linux internals, microcontrollers, and embedded Linux. So these are the 7 modules which I mentioned. So I think I already briefed about them. Do you have any questions specifically to any module? I'll be able to clarify. Adil. These are 7 modules we'll be going through. Any specific questions are there? Any modules I can explain? Okay. Then there is a question here. Shakil is asking, could you please explain in what way our course is better than opting for masters in electronics after BE? I'm asking this in the perspective of 2023 pass out. Okay. So see, Shakil, today having a master's degree doesn't mean you have more skills. Okay. So that way, having a BTech degree also doesn't mean you have skill, right? So what is happening in the largely, whether you do a BTech or an MTech, is that at least as long as the Indian universities are concerned, Indian colleges are concerned, the education has become pretty much theoretical. right? For example, a case of programming itself, right? I always tell in my induction class, you think you learn programming, but what you've done, you by hearted a set of programs, right? So there's a huge difference between knowing things and doing things. That's a fundamental thought process, right? Now, instead of you doing a master's, what is happening? See, if you have an idea to go and do masters abroad, which also good number of our students done, and they got jobs in those various countries, be it Germany, be it US, UK, Singapore, right? Everywhere our students are there. But if you're talking about in India, if you're doing a master just for the sake of getting additional degree, I don't think that will be helpful, because even in master's degree, only the mode of learning is not going to change, right? You're still going to learn good amount of the subject in a theoretical fashion. So instead of investing that, what you call that 24 months into a master's degree, if you spend 6 or 8 months or 7 months, a little bit, more effort if you put in our course, the benefit that you'll be getting from a job point of view, it will be much better. Okay, so I'm not discouraging you to go to masters. I'm telling the reality. Ultimately, you are the ultimate decision maker. Whatever you feel it's right, do that. But there's a fundamental difference, right? In fact, students who do abroad, masters in abroad, which I'm mentioning, right? They do the 6 months course, then they go on to abroad, masters in abroad, and this course is also helpful in their masters, right? Because if you look at abroad universities, large number of them, they have very good practical focus, unlike in Indian universities. India also, I'm not saying none of them have the practical focus. The top-notch ones have. For example, if you can come and tell me, sir, I got a MTech seat in, maybe IIT Delhi, right, or IISc Bangalore, right? I say go ahead, don't do our course. So those colleges will give an excellent, hands-on, and their, the kind of peer community that will get, the learning opportunity will be great. But as long as you're not making it to these top-rank universities, either IIT or NIT or any of them, right, going and doing for the heck of it from any other college, rather than that do this particular 6 months course, from a job point of view, it will do a lot of good. Shakil, hope that's clear. Okay, let me go up. So I think I'm just checking the previous questions if I missed any. There's a lot of questions were there in the related to the courses, modules, learning, notice period. Yeah, Abhishek is asking. Okay, Abhishek is asking, does Emertxe provide placement in other cities also? Yes. Okay, see, larger number of the focus still is on Bangalore, Abhishek, because we are based out of Bangalore, and our contacts with the placement companies are in Bangalore, right? And also Bangalore being the tech capital of India, I would say as of today, around 70% of the companies are from Bangalore. But yeah, other cities are also catching up quite well. If you look at recent data, I think I don't have the graph right now, but one of the recent sessions I opened up and showed. Pune, Mumbai area is picking up quite well. A lot of embedded companies coming up. NCR region is coming up quite well. A lot of embedded companies coming up. So is Hyderabad and Chennai. Yes, we do have around remaining 30% of the companies hiring from these cities. Where you can apply if you are very particular that no, sir, I don't want to come to Bangalore. I want to. But we also note that the number of opportunities will get limited, right? Because Bangalore being in the way how it has grown, right? Most of the opportunities are here. But yeah, we do give opportunities of outside Bangalore also. Then Prince Marfo is asking, as an overseas student, I am eligible for placement program, or it is advisable to enroll? If so, is it obligatory that I have to be in India? Okay, so Prince, as of now, we are only supporting placements for Indian students or Indian nationals. Okay, because yes, we do have some aspiration to open. I don't know which country you are from. We do have aspirations and goal to open some centers outside India, and also partner with local companies out there, where by doing this course you can go and work there. But it's a long-term goal. It's not easy, right? But as of now, all the companies are hiring only Indian nationals who can work in India. If you're an abroad student, we will not be able to support with placements, because it's not like, for example, they hire you and then they'll give you a work visa to come and work in India. No. Because India is already having enough engineers, right? They want to prioritize them. So they will not be processing you a work visa and things like that, and we will not be able to support you. In summary, jobs and placements are only for Indian students who are staying in India. Okay, even if you are an Indian living abroad, yes, if you want to come back and work, no problem. Okay, come back and relocate to India and work, no problem. But you need to be physically located in India and you should be an Indian national. Okay, Prince, hope it is clear. I'm also curious which country you are from. Can you type that in the below? I'll check that. I'm just going back and checking if I answered all the questions. Let me. Yeah, I think Charina is there. I think she's also from outside India. I'm newly graduate electronics engineer. Do you recommend any company that is really good for my course? I'm not getting your question. Are you asking about course or are you asking about a company? Charina, may I know which company, which country you are from? Yeah, Mariamal is asking, sir, can you say something about resume plays a role in HR interview? Very important role it plays, not only in the HR interview, in the technical interview, the way how you represent your skill set matters a lot. Right? That's what we will be doing in the workshop, where we're clarifying the aspects of how to build a resume, how to make it really impressive for the recruiter, so that you increase your chance of getting selected. Resume plays a very important role. Okay. Then Setu Krishna is asking, VLSI or embedded system gives more opportunities. See, VLSI embedded systems, guys, they are different domains. Often we combine and understand. VLSI is all about hardware side. Embedded is all about software side. Okay, so you can't compare them first of all, right? But if you ask me from a overall number of jobs perspective, VLSI jobs are lesser than embedded jobs, but VLSI will pay you more salaries. Okay, but it's also relatively more challenging to get into that compared to embedded. Okay, that's how I'll put it. In embedded, more jobs are there. Like the more higher you go on the pyramid, right, the more complexity of the job increases. The number of jobs will be less, but it will be hard to get in. Right? For example, if you want to get into any software company, you can get in. But if you want to get into Google, it's very hard. Right? Same thing with respect to these companies. Right? So that's why I put it as a VLSI and embedded. But I don't think it's fair to compare both of them, because that is more hardware oriented, this is more software oriented. Okay. I think I have covered good number of the questions, almost all of them. So guys, I believe I covered all the questions. In case you feel I have not answered your question, you can put it down. Okay, I can just explain once again. Okay, because I try to navigate as much top I can, because a huge window of questions. I could see that almost all the questions I have answered. In case if I not, please copy paste once again. I'll answer it now, because it's a Q&A session anyway, so I don't have any slides to cover. Okay. So Nikhil is asking, suppose my current city is 4 LPA. After my course completion, the companies will have hike on current salary. Even the current company came up with a fixed LPA, 4 LPA. Again, Nikhil, it depends on the target company. It is not necessary that just like that they need to increase your salary because you have done this course, right? But if you go and prove your capability to them, yes. Okay, and it's purely up to them. I think multiple questions we ask the same side, right? The answer remains the same. Consideration of salary, because we are not the people, right? I cannot say Nikhil is my student, double his salary, right? Or of course, if I can, I will do that, right? Or my placement team will do that, right? We cannot go and tell, he's my student, he's already drawing 4, right? Make it double. But during the interviews, right, if you're putting forward your case in a very strong manner with your skills, and if you're also negotiating, go for it. Especially working people ask me, sir, can I negotiate my salary? Unlike a fresher guys, right, who are recently era pass out. I'm already working, right, and etc. etc. I said, go for it. Right? So eventually the consideration will be given that what, right? Imagine the other side, assuming that you are sitting in the interview panel, same Nikhil, right? Okay. Imagine you've done very well in your interview, right? Your skill set are really great. Assume I am a hiring manager, what I will do? Or same Nikhil, you are going to evaluate yourself, right? What you will say? Oh, this guy is very good. He's proven, he's done this particular course, he's demonstrated the skill set. He's already drawing 4. If you're going to hire for the same salary or less, right, he will be demotivated. I want to motivate, right? So definitely salary is a very important motivating factor in our lives, including me, right? So then they'll say, okay, fine, I will, I'll hire him for a higher salary. So that demonstration is the key here. Okay. Hope it's clear, Nikhil. So Prince is asking, I am a Ghanaian currently studying Morocco. Okay, great. I think from African continent, we have students applying, right? So I don't receive an internship email after getting apply. So Mangesh, see, internship is a totally different ball game. Please don't mix it up in this webinar. In case you have query about webinar, sorry, internship, there's a different channel. Email IDs are given. I think we also have a Telegram channel we created this time to answer your queries. Please ask a question in that forum. This is a placement-oriented course. We talk about placements, jobs, module, etc., etc. So please don't mix it up with internship. So job roles, as I already said, job roles depends. Job roles, I would say, it's a combination of vertical and horizontal. We have various verticals, like for example, automotive, robotics and things. It's like you can consider like a column. And then role is a developer. Developer also, again, you are a low-level developer, middleware developer, application developer. It's like a horizontal, or you are a tester, right? So combination of vertical and horizontal is where we consider as a role. So now companies hire for different verticals and different horizontal in Emertxe. You saw the placement group, right? We have consumer electronics company, semiconductor company, automotive company. This is more like a vertical. They hire both for a developer role, also for a tester role. Okay. Hope this is clear. Bayresh. Then Muhammad Adil is asking, knowledge from Emertxe is enough to crack a premium company, or we need to do extra more work? I mean, more online course. No. Whatever is there in our course, if we do it, right, Adil, definitely you will get it. And I suggest you also do more projects. See, what students are doing is, in every module, our mentors would expect you to do at least 1 or 2 projects. Our mentors are pushing hard for that. But our mentors are also having many projects, even is there in the library which is shown, right? You can even take initiative from your side, do more projects from your side, right? Through Emertxe, our mentors also can help you there, right? The more projects that you do, right, and along with your regular coursework and your assignment, definitely it will put you much better state for a premium company. You don't need to do anything extra, right? Whatever you are doing in your course is more than enough. Just enhance it with more projects. So Mangesh, you are flooding my window, right? Again, asking the same question about internship. Please don't ask, So Uma Mahesh is asking, is it possible to pay the course fees in installments? Yes, it is possible. Again, please talk to our counselors. They will be telling you the installments, right? How you can pay, etc., etc. They will be. Let me put the counselors' data once again. Yeah, you can get in touch with them, right? So Chanamalla Neelakumar is asking, after course completion, 100% job guarantee, sir? Okay, see, this is a problem, right? Guarantee. Everybody wants the guarantee, right? I'll put a reverse question to you, Chalamalla Neelakumar, right? Okay. There are 2 statements. One is, in this world, nobody can guarantee anybody's job. Okay. Point number 1. Point number 2, if you do all the assignments and projects in Emertxe, we will guarantee you a job. Okay. Go and do it, you will get a job. Okay. EMI options available? Yes, Muhammad. EMI option, installment options, all are there. Please talk to our counselors, right? You'll be able to do that. Okay. Is there any difference between normalcy and embedded C? Again, I tell an example of dosa, right? You guys make varieties of dosa, masala dosa, onion dosa. I know it's dinner time, you're all feeling hungry, right? There's nothing called embedded C, advanced C. That is that you guys have derived these definitions, right? C programming is only one programming language, is invented by Kenning and Ritchie in the 1970s, right? What in the academy has done is you only study the basic. You start from variables, loops, conditionals, etc. You go till array or functions. You stop there. You don't go to further things like, for example, pointers, you define data type, dynamic memory management, etc., etc., which is really the core of C programming. Unfortunately, in our academy, we stopped here. And when they said this is basic C, this is advanced C, and this is also an embedded C. In Emertxe terminology, there's nothing like that. We have a comprehensive curriculum, right from the introduction to all the way up to dynamic memory management. If you cover that, whether you want to call it as advanced C or embedded C, it's up to you. But that is more than enough to crack a embedded system job. Okay, there is no difference, right? Just that it is a basic and it is advanced topic. But all the embedded related thing, people put it under the advanced bucket. For example, pointers. Whenever I talk to students and say pointer, they say out of syllabus, right? Because in college they don't teach, right? So that's the thing. There's nothing called embedded C. There's nothing called advanced C. There's nothing called C. There's only one C. Learn it well. So should we attend interviews physically for online students? I think Anvesh already clarified this question. 50% of the drives you can attend online. Remaining 55, right? I think 55, 45 is what just I said, right? 55% of them you can attend online. Remaining 45% are you need to come physically if you want to attend. Or you can say no issue, sir. Other chance, other companies are online पे. मैं मेरे घर से attend करना चाहता हूँ. I'll get placed. No issues. There's no force. Okay. This is the current situation. Then Nikhil is asking, experience in embedded systems 2 years and the other person experience in Java full stack for 2 years. The company will see any difference between these two guys. It depends, Nikhil. Again, I'm telling you. No, you're asking as if I'm sitting with an offer letter. Need to do a difference here, right? So I'm hiring for a role. So let me put it across like this, right? I'm doing a selection for a particular role. This is my projects. This is a skill set I'm hiring for, right? Now you come from some background. Somebody is directly come from a background. Somebody comes from a full stack web development. They did our course and then they're coming, right? Now I'm going to evaluate both of you. So how best you are fitting to my role is where determinant of salary is going to come from, right? In your interview, if you can demonstrate that you are the best fit for that role, yes, your salary can be higher. It purely depends on them. And our curriculum, will it be supportive enough for that? Is it sufficient enough for that? Is it comprehensive enough of that? Yes, it is. In fact, I have written an email from MNC saying that this particular course, if anyone does all the assignments and projects, okay, that's why I was telling the other side of the question also about the 100% placement guarantee story, right? If you can do all the assignment and project, I have written emails from big companies, right, saying that they are equivalent, they're able to replace a 2-year experienced engineers. I'm talking about freshers. They hired a fresher who done all the assignment and project, is able to replace a 2-year-old engineer. So here the experience is always a subjective discussion, right? Somebody may work in 5 years also, but they're not learned anything, right? Here you are tightly packed over 6 months. You're learning a lot. Right? So it's up to you how much you are able to grasp and how much you are able to demonstrate, right? I wish I can give a deterministic answer, but unfortunately I'm not the decision maker. But generally what I'm saying based on my experience in my corporate and what I'm seeing in the placement is, this is what a sensible hiring manager would do, or doing it already, right? I'm having a role, how well you can fit into that. If you are the best fit, I'm able to evaluate you and see that in the interview, salary is not a problem. But I'm finding a gap, right? Okay, see, they will not judge you by looking into, oh, you are a full stack developer. Anyways, we are topping it up with our course, right? So they will evaluate you for embedded skill only. Imagine a 2-year guy is coming, right? Are you able to, can you demonstrate a better skill set than them? Then you have the advantage. If you're not able to, you do not have an advantage. But by doing all the assignment and project, can you demonstrate? The answer is yes. Hope this is clear, Nikhil. Okay. Interesting questions. Again, questions about fees coming. What is the fees for the course? Please talk to our counselors again, Abhishek Shukla. Attending evening course and taking interview in offline is good idea or not? Bairesh, it is up to you. And if you can come physically to our institute, I don't know where you are located. Initially ask your location. If you can come here to Bangalore and attend, we don't have any problem. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, so in Babisheti Monica, so if I'm doing online course, then it is possible to get one-time board experience. Okay, after the program. So that board experience, see, I think of late our students they're also giving some. I think, I'm not sure. You can check with the counselors. I think once in 2 weeks or something, all the online students can come and meet our mentors offline. Whether you are located in Bangalore or outside, doesn't matter. It's up to you, right? They're also conducting some offline session, more like a contact classes kind of thing we started. Okay, if you want really experience something, you can come and this recently we introduced, by the way, right? You can do that. But if you still wanted to experience the board, that board you can also buy. If you don't want, you can come to our institute on a Saturday and then you can get it experience. Try that. You can try that. Okay. Uma Magesh is asking, sir, are the project practice done on simulators much effective than hands-on experience in the real hardware? Same. There's no difference. If you do it in a real-time board or you do it with a simulator, same experience you will get in terms of your learning. There's no compromise. Okay. Okay. So Nikhil is saying, I'll tell you my real situation. There are two ways in front of me. One is full stack and another is embedded. Both have 2 years bond. Okay, I want to do Emertxe course to upskill myself along with the job. No problem. Okay. It is, see, Nikhil, I'm telling you, right? It's not only I'm talking about careers, right? Anywhere that you go, everybody has given the choices, right? Many choices are there. It is up to me to choose, right? I cannot choose for you, nor you can. I think I told in the beginning itself, the silver bullet, right? Just because we are doing this particular course, just because I'm explaining something, I'm not telling any of you saying that you should join this embedded course, etc., etc. No, it's you. So whatever is appropriate for you, you believe is the right thing. You do. What is that I'm doing? Right? I'm giving you guys enough examples. I'm giving you enough use cases, or I'm challenging you to think in the direction, right? Sometimes I'm not giving a straightforward answer. Why? Because I want you to think. I'm forcing you to think, because that answer is not a deterministic answer. Think on it, right? Further, if you have any questions, right, we will be able to help you. Okay. IoT or embedded course, which should choose? Again, this is a tricky question people will ask, right? We offer two courses, which is good, right? Okay. See, from the placement standpoint, both of them are same. Okay. But from the skill set point of view, our embedded systems, more than embedded systems course, our IoT course has got a slight edge. Why? Because in IoT course, you also have additional skill set. For example, rather than a combination of shell scripting and C, which is happening in our embedded course, IoT course, you have a combination of C and Python. So Python and C is a very, very powerful combination. Added to that, you will also learn additional skill set in terms of IoT cloud architecture, etc., which is good to have. Okay. From the placement point of view, no difference. But from the skill set point of view, IoT is better than embedded, and that also may pay you in the long run. Okay, Manoj. Please, how much is the course fee? So Lawrence, I already told you multiple times, I'm not the right person. The data is there in the screen already. Get in touch with any of our counselors. They will be in a position to answer your questions in respect to fees. Okay, I think it's 9:20. I know we are pulled for more than 2 hours. Typically, I take 2.5 hours. If Movin would have been there, it would take a little bit more time, because he shows that WhatsApp group and all, which I'm not able to. But apart from that, I hope we have covered almost all the points. Right? I hope all the questions are also answered. So this is the coordinates for us. We are based out of Bangalore, MG Road. This is the social media handles. Emertxe IT. We are active both in LinkedIn as well as in Instagram. What they say generally, right? Like, share, subscribe, whatever, right? Please do that to get latest updates, right? With that, okay, I think we come to the end of the webinar. So thank you very much for listening. As I already told you, running slide is not at all a thing for me. Your answering your questions is the most interesting for me. So thank you for making it very engaging, asking all sort of questions. I know this is just the beginning. The more questions that you ask, more clarity you get, more pondering you do, right? Please note it. Don't jump or don't judge very quickly. Take your time, right? Do the right set of decision. As I said, my goal, in fact, Movin would have been there. That also, I would, he will also agree with me there. We are only giving you the information, insights, or sometimes challenging you to go and think yourself, right? So that you guys take the right decision for your career. Okay. So whatever maybe the decision that you take on behalf of Team Emertxe, I really wish you all the very best, whatever you do, right? And if you have further questions, reach out to our counselor, they'll be able to help you. Okay. With that, I would like to pause and check quick feedback for that webinar today. How did you find this webinar? Umay Mahesh is telling, thank you so much, sir. Very insightful. Thank you, Uma Mahesh. Others in the webinar, can you just quickly share your feedback? Did it give you the information, insights, or challenged you by making you think, putting the question back to you, right? And nice sections says Adil. Can I get some more responses? Best info ever, says Manoj. Nikhil is telling helpful. Great. Some of you, I know it's dinner time when I'm feeling hungry, but I thought I will just nice session, says Anjanelu Gullam. Great session. Thank you, says Sai Ram. And then Barsha is telling all my doubts have been clarified. Thank you very much, sir. Given valuable information, clearly understood, said Durga Rao. We need more time actually to discuss more, but it was like, yeah, Adil, look, I understand, because we try our level best, but at the end of the day, you see, right, even after 2.5 hours there. But yeah, please talk to your counselors, air it out your questions, email them. We'll try to take some questions offline as well, right? Because there's no end to it. You can sit for even a whole day, then you think it's less, right? There's no end to it. You can keep on talking. Tulasi is telling thank you so much, sir, says Neelam. This is useful, says again Tulasi Tejaswini. Thanks, says Neela Kumar Chalamala. Then we have Sai Venkatesh Davarla says thanks for all out. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you very much for your patience. It's not easy to sit for 2.5 hours in a webinar. I hope it was helpful, right? So take care. This video, as I said, it's getting recorded. We'll do some, initial little bit, when we're asking about certain things, we'll do some minor edits. We'll put it in YouTube. It will reach you next week. So even our team members are tomorrow, they're taking off due to the Varamahalakshmi festival. In case you're celebrating Varamahalakshmi festival, best wishes to all of you. Today, in a lighter note, I was saying that we all need the support of Lakshmi, right, to pour wealth on all of us. So best wishes to all of you and to your family. So take care. Okay, Shakil is telling you are lent your valuable time, right? It will be profitable if you did this for cost. I'm sure. Thanks. So that's fine. So it's always my pleasure, Shakil, to interface with students and clarify. All doubt clarify, says I. Okay. Thank you very much. I wish you a great Varamahalakshmi festival. People who are celebrating. If not, let the blessing of Lakshmi be there for all of us, so that you can do well, when your career and make more money, right? So take care. All the best. This video will reach you next week. Right? This is it. My team is on leave for tomorrow and day after. Next week they'll come and send you the video to you. Okay. Please feel free to share that video also. Again, it will be available in public, right? All the old monthly webinars also available in YouTube. Just go and check it out. And if you feel this video is useful to your friends, just feel free to share. Okay. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.